guys, so it's another video here. I'm Akosia, and if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos. So today I'm going to talk about things I wish I knew before having a baby. So I have my points listed down, so if you catch me looking elsewhere, just know that I'm looking at my points that I've noted down. So let's just get right into the videos. So I'm a first-time mom of my son is about 13 months. So now I'm a little experienced. Yes, I could say that. So I could share my experiences with new moms, expectant moms, and yeah. So if you are already pregnant, you can watch this video and learn from what I didn't know. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first point I'm going to talk about is how nipples affect breastfeeding. So we have type of nipples. We have the protruded one, the inverted, and the flat one. So I have the flat nipple, and I didn't know this was going to affect breastfeeding until my last antenatal. When I went, the midwife was talking to me about breastfeeding. She was asking me whether I've been talked to or taught on breastfeeding and all that. I was like, no, I haven't been talked to about breastfeeding. So she was trying to lecture me on that, how to sit properly so you don't have a backache years after breastfeeding, and all that, how to put the nipples into the baby's mouth. Yes, and so I brought my breast out to actually practice what she was teaching me. When she saw my nipple, she was like, wow, you have a flat nipple, and that is going to really affect first days after delivery. I was like, nobody talked to me about that, and I didn't know. She was like, okay, no problem. So from now, what you are going to do is, whenever you are bathing, you can just use the soap to massage the nipples, so the nipples can start coming out, can start protruding a little, so that the baby will be able to latch properly on it. And it was true. Some few days after delivery, I couldn't breastfeed because my baby couldn't latch properly on my nipple. You know, when the nipple is out, the baby can just simply just hold on the nipple and then breastfeed. But in my case, it was flat, and he was finding it very difficult to latch on it and then breastfeed. After I delivered, the midwife then saw that my baby couldn't latch properly on my nipple. So she asked me if I have a breast pump, and I said yes, but I left it at home. So I told my husband to go and bring my breast pump. So she advised me to use the breast pump to pump my breast often, so that the nipples can come out, so my baby can latch properly on my breast. So for the first few days after delivery, I couldn't breastfeed my baby from my breast. So I was pumping my breast milk for my baby, was feeding from the bottle. If I had knew this earlier, I would have started massaging my breast so my baby can feed on my breast. But no one told me about it. I had no idea until that last antenatal. And what if I didn't bring my breast out for the midwife to see? So I'm here to tell you guys that know yourself, check your nipples, and see if you have a flat or a protruded one, so you work on it from today. Okay, so the second thing I wish I knew before having a baby is having a breast pump and a formula handy. So make sure you have these items in your hospital bag, because you might never know. So for me, I couldn't breastfeed first days, the first few days after delivery, because of the point I gave earlier. Okay, and I know for some women, first few days after delivery, the breast milk doesn't come instantly. It takes a while, and for you it might be a different reason. And you can't also keep the baby hungry because your breast milk is not flowing and you want to do exclusive. No, just keep a formula in your hospital bag so your baby can feed and the crying will minimize, because if he's hungry he's going to cry and worry you. So just make sure you have a formula in your hospital bag. And the breast pump too, as I said in my first point, the breast pump was helping me help my nipples that was flat get protruded, and also pump some of my breast milk for my baby. Okay, please remember this, put them in your hospital bag. So the third thing I wish I knew before having a baby is sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is real. So after having a baby for the first 3 months, you don't really have a good night's sleep. So with this topic, I'm going to be a little practical, because I'm sure most of you have heard sleep deprivation, but you don't really understand how it works. So babies feed every 2 hours. Okay, when they are in their first few weeks, they feed every 2 to 3 hours. Yes, they feed every 2 to 3 hours. So imagine throughout the night, they feed at 7 p.m., they feed at 9 p.m., they feed at 11 p.m., they feed at 1 a.m., they feed at 3 a.m., and they feed at 5 a.m. So imagine you go to bed at, let's say, 9 a.m. Okay, you sleep with the baby. Maybe the baby fed around 7 a.m. You sleep with the baby around 9 a.m. And then the baby wakes up again at 11 a.m. You guys sleep together. And so the baby cries to let you know that he's hungry. And then you wake up to feed the baby around 11 a.m. So after feeding the baby around 11 a.m., the baby is sleeping whilst eating, and you are awake because the baby woke you up. So you are awake around 11 a.m. The baby is done feeding, he sleeps again, you put the baby down, and you are now about to get into sleep. For some people it takes a while before you fall into sleep. So let's say minimum it takes 20 minutes, or let's say 10 minutes for you to fall into sleep. So from 11 a.m. You don't sleep till 11:20. So you sleep around 11:20, and you have about an hour and 40 minutes sleep. The baby starts crying again at 1 a.m. You have to wake up and feed the baby. You can't say you sleep, because the baby will cry. Hey, baby will cry and worry you. You can't say you since you're a first time mom, you even be worried for your baby. So you wake up and feed the baby. So you wake up around 1 a.m. to feed the baby. You go through the same process till it's 6 a.m. in the morning, and you are tired. Oh my god. And no one really talks about this topic enough. Like, it's not really talked about, but everyone goes through this, unless maybe you formula feed your baby or you have help. And that is what I'm going to talk about in my next point, in my fourth point. Make sure you have help. Okay, my fourth point. Make sure you have somebody who is helping you, because you can't do it all. You can't do everything by yourself. It's stressful. It's very stressful. Okay, so make sure you have someone helping you. So from the example I gave previously, so imagine you don't have a good night's sleep throughout the night. You wake up in the morning, you have to make sure the house is tidy, you have to make sure you eat, because you are breastfeeding. So you are going to prepare breakfast for yourself. And if you have a newborn, you wash all the time, because they wear a lot of items. They wear mittens, they wear hats. Because of the cold, you have to make sure they are warm all the time. So you have a lot of cloth wrapped around them, unless you have tons of them. But you are washing all the time. You are washing every day. So imagine you wake up, you have to eat, because you are breastfeeding. You have to eat well. You have to wash. You have to make sure, if you live with your husband, maybe your husband has gone to work, you have to make sure you cook for your husband before he comes home. And you have to make sure you eat. You eat in the afternoon and you eat in the evening. And it's even advised that you eat 4 times a day if you are breastfeeding. Yeah, because that is all the baby takes. So you have to make sure you eat well so you can breastfeed properly. So imagine you go through all this and you don't have anyone helping you. My dear, those sitting on the internet telling you, oh, you can do it alone, you can do it alone. They had help though. They had help. They had help from people. So please plan ahead. Make sure you have, if it's not your mother, your in-law, or someone close to you coming to help you for, let's say, the first 3 months, so you can get used to it. Who comes often to help you, somebody who comes to prepare food for you, comes to help you clean, so you can also sleep during the day, because usually during the day the babies tend to sleep a little longer. Yes, it's funny how I don't know how they understand it, but they sleep a lot during the day. So they sleep for, sometimes they sleep for 3 to 4 hours during the day. So that is the time you can also take your nap, you can also sleep. So that is how you tend to hear sleep when the baby sleeps, because you don't get to sleep during the night. So please make sure you have help. The last thing I wish I knew before having a baby is that breastfeeding helps shrink the uterus. That the more you breastfeed, the more the uterus goes back into its normal size. Even if it's not going to be the same like how it used to be before, it's going to go back to a little normalcy. So sometimes when you're breastfeeding, you could feel some pain in the uterus. Is the uterus trying to shrink down? Yeah, so that's what breastfeeding do. So if you plan on not breastfeeding, please think twice. Okay, so I have more points I haven't talked about, and I think this video is going to be extra long if I'm going to talk about all of it listed down. And kindly let me know if you're interested in a part 2, so I make another video concerning this topic. You've been able to watch from the beginning to the end of this video. Please, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos. And I'll see you in the next one.